Okay, well, hi there everybody. I want to show you how I look at the market. I have also an active Instagram account. So today I am looking at Shopify. I think is a pretty new stock with great opportunity. I think in every stock is an opportunity, but let's discuss that another time. For now, I want to go through my process of analyzing the market, looking for opportunities, and I want to take you with me. I hope you learn from the way I look at the market, and of course, well, maybe I'll you get some ideas out of this analysis as well. Good to know. I chopped this analysis up over the past week in little parts of 1 minute, and I shared that on Instagram as well. So the people who are following that analysis ask me if there is a big analysis or a big video. Well, there is. So let's get started. I always start at the weekly chart. As you can see over here, as you can see, there's not a lot of information because 2015, in the summer of 2015, this this stock came on the market, so there's not really that much of information available. But as we can see, it turned up, it turned down, and the most interesting part to me is that we can see that for now it looks like price has bottomed out around 1862. What I'm doing right now, for the new people who are watching this, this is a horizontal line. I am going to draw a couple of them right now because, as you may see in the near future, also when we look at the daily or the 4-hour chart, those lines do mean something. I'm not the only trader who's looking at this. There are a lot of people who are. So I see also a line over here. Of course, that's the highest price level thus far. Over here, price came into this resistance area a couple of times. Finally, it broke. Got a new range where it's at right now. It retested and it came back up. So this is also a level people are watching, traders are watching. And over here, price moved into this area, bounced, moved into it, bounced. It broke, came back up, retested, broke it again, came back, retested, but it didn't go through, so it bounced. And now we have a couple of levels. I think this might be a level as well. Yeah, I'm gonna draw it in. So these are the levels, 5 to be exact, at the weekly chart. As you may know or understand, when we are looking at the weekly chart, we are looking at a long period. So trading this is an option if you're a long-time trend trader. For me, I am looking to make money in a little shorter time frame, so I'm gonna move up to the 1-day time frame. What we see here is the same lines. Well, like I said, we see the price is really respecting those horizontal levels that I just drew in. For now, let's see. This was in August. Around August, price broke after a strong up move, and we are now in this range. On a daily, there are sometimes more levels we can draw in. For now, I think I'm not gonna put in too much information. I want to keep it a little clean. When we go to the 4-hour chart, this is the chart where I make my decisions. We see that around the middle of this channel we can draw a line as well. Not gonna do it right now because, like I said, I want to keep it clean. These are the horizontal lines. Of course, you can also watch at the trend lines. Like for example, over here you see that the lows are getting higher. We all know in price action, higher lows and higher highs will make a trend, and in this case an uptrend. It's still in the range, so we don't have confirmation of an uptrend yet. I would like to see this level. When this breaks, then I think we can continue the uptrend. For now, there are also other possibilities to trade. We go back to the daily for a minute, because I think that when we extend this line, I think we're gonna reach some more price structures. Let me see. Yes, I think we got it over here. I think it's funny. As you can see here, price respects this trend line a couple of times. Not really here. It broke through, but it got back up pretty fast. So just to show you guys that trend lines can be also interesting. And it's not really the way I want to see it. Normally I want to see it touch this one, touch that one, but you know, it's okay. So for now, I drew in a couple of lines. We can see obviously what the trend is. That's no, not a problem. I use also some indicators, which I can add over here. For example, I use Bollinger Bands. I put them in right now, and I can show you why I use Bollinger Bands. They give me some information about what trend is doing at that time. Here it broke the moving average within the Bollinger Bands. It started to trade pretty close to the outer Bollinger Band, so we have good momentum to the downside. Then the Bollinger Band started moving away from price, and we also see that price consolidated. It made an attempt to break back up, and it actually did pretty fast. Just 3 days of bulls and bears fighting over the moving average, and then it broke, and we get the same picture all the way up. It's trading outside of the Bollinger Band, above the moving average, so it's strong momentum to the upside. Well, here we start to see things got a little choppy, so as well the upper and lower band got touched a couple of times. The moving average doesn't get respected over here, so this is a typical picture you see in range trades. People who like to trend trade, this is a market they will not trade at all because it's too choppy. Another thing I add is the relative strength index. There are so many indicators, guys. You probably have seen that, but you know, sometimes you gotta go with what works best for you. Like I said, relative strength is another one I like to add to my analysis. When we go back in time, of course, we have seen that price bottomed out over here. Well, what was interesting around that time is that price moved to the 18.6 or 7, moved back up and made a second attempt. When you don't know what's coming, you don't know what price is going to do. Maybe it moved to 10 or 5 or whatever it went to. For now, it didn't. And one of the things I saw on the relative strength is that it's called divergence, which means that the relative strength was showing me that downward momentum was already fading. So this downward move we see over here, but the second downward move that came just as far, we see that momentum was already turning around. So this was, it doesn't give me a signal, but it is information for me that I will be looking at this. So it did. Momentum was fading. Actually, momentum was turning around, and that's where we are right now. We just had a nice up move, and we are trading this range right now. What do we see now? We see a flat RSI. It's just exactly what we see over here. There's no conviction to the upside or the downside. It's just in this. Guys, you maybe hear some fireworks in the background. It's New Year's Eve tonight, so some people are already busy with the fireworks. I'm gonna give you two ways to trade this. Not, you know, the way I look at the market. When I see this pattern, how do I consider taking a trade? Well, there are two things. Now we're gonna draw some other things in here as well. Supply and demand. I will explain that in another video shortly, but this is a demand zone, and above here we got a supply zone. You see when price moves into those zones here a couple of times, also down here just once, so maybe I want to see this one a little bit higher, something like this. Okay, so when price moves into those zones, you see that something happens. Price turns around. So when you want to range trade, let me point this one out for you guys. This is a range. Oh, I'm sorry. Caps lock. Range trade. That's what we're doing right here. What we're doing is the following. When price moves down here, I consider it to go long and move back up. Of course, there's no rocket science. Vice versa, I do the same. When we are in this supply zone, I consider going short the other way around. Now, what makes this an interesting trade? I'll show you. When we are down here, I am considering to enter a trade. This is an awesome tool to measure your risk reward. Of course, I want to get out of this once the resistance, support breaks. So if price moves below this area, there is strong indication that it will continue to move lower. I want to be gone. I don't want to ride out that trade. Those are the trades that kill your account. And I want price to move back into this supply zone where I am willing to close my position and maybe turn the trade around as well. As you can see, I got a nice risk reward of 2.7. So again, it's not rocket science to see that your potential loss is much lower than your gain on this one. So that's when we go long. Of course, the same goes when we go short, but the other way around. For now, let's see what happens. I got another trade in mind, and that is a breakout trade. Let me get into that as well. I'm gonna remove the supply and demand zones for now. There's a trend. We know it's generally an uptrend. So what I'm looking at as well are these levels. Let me draw them in. Price is over here right now. In a couple of days or weeks, who knows where price will be going, but if price is going up into resistance, or maybe, you never know, price is going down in support, those are two areas I am looking at, because once those levels break, something will happen. The range trading is over, that's one thing, but once price moves into this area and price gets broken, I want to see when it breaks that it's preferably retesting this area. When it holds, that means that this resistance will become support. I think we are starting to move into a new range, and that would be a great trade for me. That's called a breakout trade. So watch those levels closely, support and resistance. I will give you more information on that in coming videos. I wish you guys all the best in the new year, and let's make some money together. Bye guys.